In an effort to be a tad more welcoming, I'm going to channel YouTube reactors Jack and Dan by being coy and flirty. Come, join me in this cozy corner of mine. Don't be shy, just squeeze on in. That's the rule. It's not the same without a disarming British accent. Hi, I'm Irene. This is Inkworks, and I have some new watercolors to show you. A while back, I'd expressed interest in the ROSA Gallery brand from Ukraine. A number of sources indicated ROSA Gallery offered professional quality watercolors at affordable prices. So producer Mike ordered not one, but 2 sets. The first to arrive was the 21-color monopigmented set of single pigment colors. A sheet of watercolor paper was included for swatching purposes. I chose to not use the pre-printed side, but rather the back, so my swatches would line up with the layout in the tin. The metal tin is an attractive shade of teal. The inner tray holds 21 whole pans. This is really nice since tins like these are very often basic, boring black and only hold 12 or 14 whole pans. In this case, the metal tracks are arranged to maximize the interior for 3 usable rows instead of 2. Pretty clever, huh? By the way, I appreciate the use of whole pans. Yeah, I can deal with half pans if I must, but I'm old and sometimes miss my target, resulting in those "you got chocolate in my peanut butter" moments. Actually, I'm not that old, only 57, but like tea shop owner and crime solver Vera Wong, I guess I like the solicitousness it brings out in people. You know, OMG, she's old. Help her carry that watermelon before she drops it, chases after it, falls and breaks her arm. Just a little in-joke for those who were here during the summer of 24. Wait, what was I talking about? Oh yeah, I prefer whole pans over half pans. I mentioned earlier I've been watching Jack and Dan. Most recently, it's their cheeky reactions to Midnight Mass, a series I've enjoyed several times on my own. I've also been watching Sinead Hanna for her reading recommendations and humorous commentary. I suppose I just find the British endlessly entertaining. Then again, the other day, producer Mike and I were watching an Englishwoman review afternoon tea at Fortnum and Mason, and she was jabbering on nonstop to the point we both snarled, "Eat the scone already." So entertaining and frustrating. The second set of watercolors came a couple of days later. It's also ROSA Gallery, but it's the Classic Colors set, which contains some single pigment and some multi-pigment colors. The box was a little dinged up, but the contents were undamaged. It was loads of fun corralling the escapee pans back into place. Was the package tossed around like a football during lunch break at the post office? I get the need for stress relief, but do it with the soft and squishy stuff, please, not my art supplies. Interestingly, the watercolors here are in a tin that's twice the size of the other one. This larger size normally holds 24 whole pans in 4 rows, but these 21 colors are relegated to 3 rows, leaving the 4th empty for a potential total of 28 whole pans. Okay, my head is spinning from these norm-flouting tin layouts. Sure, old dogs can learn new tricks, but not without a lot of barking and tail chasing. On a recent visit to my local library, I was irked to see that one end of the large print section was still in the dark. Literally. It's been like that both times I've been there over the past couple of months. Maybe a bulb is out, or maybe the staff are poor taste pranking the large print readers. In any case, next time I'll bring a flashlight. It's always such a thrill to swatch new watercolors. I used the 1/4-inch stroke brush from Princeton's Aqua Elite series. Its synthetic hairs mimic Kolinsky sable. I actually love both the Aqua Elite and the Neptune series. Selecting one over the other, for me, depends on the style of painting I'm going for. If I want loose strokes and washes, I'll choose Neptune with its synthetic squirrel hairs. But if I want more control, I'll pick Aqua Elite. I have a few brushes from other brands, but I always return to Princeton. Admittedly, their relative affordability plays a big factor. For instance, I've heard wonderful things about Isabey, but no way am I throwing down $60 or more for a single brush. I'm glad ROSA Gallery included a swatch card. The paper's weight and texture worked well for this purpose. Yeah, I could make my own, but surely I'm not the only one who finds it a hassle to clear space on my table, dig out a ruler, search for scissors, then measure and cut a swatch card that may or may not end up wonky. Okay, I just took a quick break to snarf a ham sandwich, with plenty of mayo, of course, since that's how I roll. While slapping it together, I had a flashback to my childhood. If you're a Gen Xer, you might remember that Kmart used to have a small deli counter up front. Mom would sometimes get my oldest brother to drive her to Kmart, and a couple of us younger kids would tag along. Having to follow Mom as she roamed the aisles looking for the best bargains was a bit tortuous. But I knew that if I were patient, there would be a reward. Because Mom had made it a habit that after the checkout, we'd head to the deli counter. Now, there were only 2 items Mom purchased there: the big submarine sandwich and the bag of smaller ham sandwiches. As soon as we got back to the car, Al, the driver, would get his reward, the sub sandwich, while John and I would get ours, the ham sandwiches. My adult self wants to say they weren't anything special, but at the time, they were all we wanted. It was just thin sliced ham, shredded lettuce, and a smear of mustard on a bun. I can't recall if there was cheese or not, but man, those things were so satisfying. At that time, I didn't even like mustard, but I was all, nom nom, gimme more. What tickled me most, though, was that they were stacked inside a long, narrow, clear plastic bag. I guess sandwiches seem more fun that way. Hey, it's not just me. John and I have fondly reminisced about those sandwiches many times over the years. The classic set has the same number of colors as the monopigmented one, but it's in a larger tin. So you could add another 7 whole pans if you wanted to. You could even store a pencil, a pen, and a brush in the empty row or in the space between the 2 sets of rows. The point is, you've got options. A few colors are duplicated between these two sets. Those are cadmium lemon, cadmium yellow light, carmine, violet, green, emerald green, cobalt blue, ultramarine, umber, burnt sienna, and English red. Whoa, that's more than I thought. 11 colors appear in both of these sets. I know there are 2 other 21 color sets called Landscape and Romantic. ROSA Gallery also has 12 and 28 color sets. Yeah, it's a lot and can get confusing, at least for me. Maybe it's different for you young people. So the swatching went very well. My plan is to start a new swatch, mix, and paint series using ROSA Gallery's Monopigmented set. What do you think? Is it too soon? Shall I wait until the new year? So many decisions to make. Like, should I give up on the super boring book I'm currently reading to move on to something much more exciting? I love Libby, the library app, but I really feel the pinch when they put that "one person is waiting" notice on a loaned book. Why not go ahead and send me texts saying, "Read faster"? I'm happy to share this swatch session. Thanks for watching and hanging in till the end. Also for liking and subscribing. Sorry, there aren't any sandwiches left to hand out. You'll have to be content in knowing you did a nice thing for an old woman. Remember, it'll happen to you someday. And stay artsy, my friends.